Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. Returns looking good so far. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked by Derek Forrest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Daniels on first down. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On first down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. The throw is caught. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. Taylor again. Is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get it out of the way, big time.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pass hauled in by the rookie from Miami. Running down the left side. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and goal. Here's Walker. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Pressure comes. Smith. Metcalf there to bring it in. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Smith to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd and goal, Smith. Cut near the goal line.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Here we go, 4th and goal inside the 1. Smith. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Here we go, sack. Liking 18, 65 cat, 65 cat.
Throwing now, Daniels. Completes one to Ben Sinnott. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's complete to Zach Ertz. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first. A tight end in motion now. Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he gets this forward to the 19. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Stays, but he can't evade that one, and they get him to the ground. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Smith. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Another score here in this first quarter, Brock, as they continue dominating in this opening frame.
You know what I love here, Kate? This defense is seizing on a sputtering opponent, and they're actively trying not just to defend the lead, but to add to it.
Daniels from the pistol. Flushed out of the pocket. And he will get into the end zone. They go for 2, and that gives them a 3-score advantage. Well, all things going their way through the air at the moment, partner. They pick off a throw for 6, and then they complete a pass of their own to add on 2 more.
Can I be honest with you here, Kate?
Please, please.
And maybe I'm a bad person for saying this, but every once in a while, I root for chaos.
Woo, I love it.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded a little chaos. I wouldn't have minded seeing that one go back through the air the other way and put 2 on the board, but it wasn't to be. That's excellent execution to get the touchdown on the pick 6 and put 2 more on the board.
And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Walker. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 13 yards.
That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. The Commanders have an early lead. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Running with Walker again. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Running back sent in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Walker on 1st down. Across midfield to the 45. Past the 25. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks make it an 11-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. COVID-19.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He locates Adonai Mitchell. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a toss play, Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Working quickly here. 3rd and short, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Taylor now up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Let's go.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. He's out near midfield and still going. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Cox 70. Check smash. Check smash.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Go check. 18 Cardinal.
Again, Daniels to the air. Got Sinnott, it's complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st. A run here with Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Oh, an exceptionally painful penalty as it sets up 1st and 10 now inside the red zone. Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now Seattle going to call its 2nd timeout. They're down to their final 1 in this half.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
There we go.
Looking to throw, Smith. The pass falls incomplete, but was there a reason for it? We see a flag out there. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. First and 10 now from the 30.
There we go, throw it. No ball, no ball. Come on,
Throwing is Smith. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even two defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
This is Walker on second. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Staying with Walker. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. It's the Seahawks with a 2nd and 7. Now an inside give to Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Fourth down, Smith. He finds him beyond the marker. Juke the defender. Big man showing up the yards. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Walker. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight was giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 3. And this the same as the touchback now, up to the 30 before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
Man in motion out of the slot. And they send a man in motion. Daniels on 1st down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Putting a receiver in motion. Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. Lays out left side and gets it. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, ball at the 36. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
First down, Seattle. Michael Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Seahawks 14.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They go again with Taylor. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. No gain here after a gain of only 1, and now they'll face 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. It's taken in by Sinnott. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. Wow, he's dropped hard on the return by one of the offensive linemen. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down. To the ground with Walker. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
13 Here we go.
Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down roughly to the 34. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Running is Walker, and he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. They go with Walker here. And they take him down right along the 30. He gets a half dozen on the carry, and that's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's back to throw. They connect for the first. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's a game. Staring at a turnover on downs, Brock. They pick up the first instead.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Here's Walker running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Smith back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks tie this game at 21. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. Takes it just shy of that end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Straight ahead with Taylor. Has a hole left, room to run. 30. Gets the 10. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders need only one to take the lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Return starts from the goal line. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Smith. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. He finds Fant. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. It's Walker on the give. Blast through midfield. And finally down right along that opposing 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Seahawks have it, facing a deficit. We could be witnessing the end of their playoff run. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They give up the gut to Walker. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
Tight end going in motion here. On 3rd down, Walker. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Desperation time here on 4th. Gets this to Fant. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. Walker on 1st down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 13. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that Well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Third and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5.
Hey, let's go Wednesday. On Wednesday. Come in. Hey, trio left.
From the gun, Smith. He's got it to his running back. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First and goal. Here's Walker. He's in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks now trail by just a point in the 4th. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
And he's almost there, but no! They stop him at the last moment. Wow, he's going to be just inches shy of that 2-point conversion. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. He's going to field this at the 2. Massive hit. The ball is out. And the fumble recovery is made. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Awareness, awareness, awareness. So critical in so many phases of the game. And in this phase, in the special teams phase, it's not just hitting blocks and clearing the lane, but in this case, recognizing the fumble and, most importantly, keeping that possession.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A 7-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down.
On the draw, this is Taylor. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. They get 9 out of the run, but a chunk of yards remaining now on 4th down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Smith. Connects with Fant. They gain 14 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Seahawks trail by just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. So that brings up 4th and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's cut beyond the marker. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him the first on 4th down.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce and just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, well, they're on the field. They got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
Setting up to pass. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Handoff to Walker from the gun. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, go flip her up.
Throwing now. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
The give now to Walker. His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Walker again. And it's a rare defensive win on the ground. He's caught at the line. Stuck to the ground, but nothing gained that time, and it brings up 3rd and 7. Here he is to throw. He brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. And a timeout arrives with just 4 seconds left. And a possible game winner upcoming. An entire stadium of pressure now on Jason Myers. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. And that one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This is taken in at the 13. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And they pulled off the rare and elusive road win in the postseason, which means their journey stays alive another week as they head to the conference championship, where they're going to get a shot to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports,